Hello everyone, I'm Amod and welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's think of a scenario. You have a web page and when we load that web page in a browser, then it opens some other tabs like add or some extension etc. Or on a website, if you click on a link, it opens a new tab or it might open a new window. So basically, we might have multiple tabs. Let me show you an example. I have this website freecodecamp.org, and if you scroll down all the way, then we have some links. If you want to download this app in iPhone, then it gives you this link, and for Android it gives Google Play link. If you click on this App Store link, it opens a new tab where you can see how can you download this application in your iOS. Or if you click on this Google Play link, then also it opens a new tab which says how you can install this application on an Android device. So suppose you want to automate this scenario using a front-end web automation tool. Let's take an example of Selenium WebDriver first. So in Selenium WebDriver, the driver reference will always hold the current tab, which will be your main website tab. And if you perform click on this link, then it will open a new tab. So in Selenium WebDriver, you basically need to switch to this new tab before you can perform any action like get the title, or if you want to perform any click on the new page. And if you want to go back to your original or parent tab, you need to switch it back. So Selenium WebDriver uses window handle which is unique for every tab or window. But in case of Playwright, it's very straightforward. Let's learn how can we handle multiple tabs using Playwright. But before we start, I want to recommend my previous video in which I have explained browsers, context and pages in Playwright. So basically in Playwright, we have browser which is basically the whole application, and within a browser we launch a context or multiple context, and one context can have multiple pages. All the pages of one context will share the resources. The two contexts of the browser will be isolated. So in the previous video tutorial, I have already explained how can we open multiple tabs within a context, or how can we create multiple contexts and multiple pages in those contexts. So let's switch to VS Code. So here I have basic test ready where I am loading my free code camp website. Now I'm going to locate this element, and here I can use get by role locator and the name is this. So I'm going to use await page dot get by role, and here role is image and name is this, and here I'm going to perform click. Here I need to use colon, not equal. This is a JSON object, and once it clicks, I want to wait for some seconds so that page can be loaded. So I'm going to use await page dot wait for timeout, and I can wait for 5 seconds. So we know that one context can have multiple pages, and here I am just using the page fixture. So when we perform click on this link, it will open another page or tab. That page will belong to the context of this page. So basically we need that context reference as well. So with the page fixture, we need another fixture called context. So you can use context comma page. Now if you do context dot pages, and here we have one method length. So basically it is going to give you all the pages, and then we can get the length of it, because the return type of this pages method is an array. So let me use console.log to print the length. Now I want to print the title of all the pages within the context. So I can use a for loop. So I can use const. Let's represent a page by p of context dot pages. And here I can use console.log await p dot title. Let's run it quickly. So the main page is loaded and it has clicked on App Store link and it opened a new tab. Let's go to console, and here you can see the number of pages are 2 and it is printing the title of both the pages. Similarly, you can perform any action on any pages, you just need to have the reference stored. So first page will be your main page and second page will be your new page. So this is a typical style of handling multiple pages in your test. But we have little better way than this. So I'm going to comment all these lines as of now, and we need to understand some basic points. Like Playwright works on browser events. So when a new tab or new page is launched because of some action, then an event is triggered, which is page event. So remember in the download tutorial, I added a listener to listen a specific event, which was download. The same thing, when you know that a new page might open, then we can set a listener which will listen to a page event. And this listener we need to add on the context, because a context will hold multiple pages. So call context dot wait for event. Event name is, and this method will return you a promise, so which I can store into a variable, maybe const page promise. So at this stage, I am just setting up the listener. We should not use await here because next action will open the page. If we use await here, then it will time out. Now I know that this statement will click on the element which will open a new page. So let me paste it here. Now I need to wait for this promise to resolve. So for that I can use await then page promise, and this I can store into a variable, maybe new page. So what is happening here, we set up the listener, perform an action which will open a new page, and once promise resolved, the new page reference will be returned. So now if I do console.log new page dot title, it will give me the title of the new page. And the advantage here, we are not switching from the main window. That means if I do console.log page.title, then it is going to print you the title of the main window. So this page reference is holding the main page, and the new page will hold the handle of the new page. And obviously we need to use await here. So add await and let's run it. So you can see both the pages are loaded, and if you go to VS Code, so here first one is the title of the new page and second one is the title of the main page. Now we can combine these statements because here we are waiting for multiple promises to be resolved at the same time. So let me comment this step, and here I can use await then promise. Since we want multiple promises to be resolved, then we can use all, and here we need to pass an array. So first promise will be this and second promise will be this statement, and once promise resolved, I can store the return value into an array, and I can give the name new page, or you can give any name. And if you run this test, then it will work perfectly fine as previously. So you can see test is done. And if you go to VS Code, here you can see both the titles printed. In the next video, I will cover the scenario when a dynamic number of new pages might open when you perform click on a web element. So that's all in this video tutorial. If you have any doubt, please comment on this video. If you really like my videos, please like, comment, subscribe and share with others. Thank you everyone.